Chapter 1. "Welcome to Bless Her Heart," I called, thrilled at the sound of jangling bells against my new boutique's glass front door. Bless Her Heart, a second-chance dress shop and retailer of all things pretty, had been brewing in my heart for a lifetime. And finally, at age 38, I'd pushed that dream into existence. It seemed almost poetic that my failed marriage had prompted my major move into entrepreneurship, because I identified with my products more than ever now. This was, after all, my second chance too. Hope burst in my chest at the possibility of another actual, honest-to-goodness customer, which had been few and far between since I'd opened for business 6 weeks ago. I spun away from the petal pink taffeta dress I'd been hemming, eager to greet the shopper with a smile. The woman I found smiling back wasn't a shopper. She was something better. My best friend, Cammy, shook her head at the sight of me. "I should have known I'd find you working." I grinned and went for her with open arms, because I was a hugger. Camilla Rose Swartz, on the other hand, was a force of nature, in energy and in presence alike. I'd adored her from the moment we'd met while feeding ducks at the lake in preschool, and nothing would ever change that. "What are you doing here? I was just about to meet you on the square." Spring had sprung right on time in our neck of the woods, and the square was full of locals enjoying the weather. She accepted my hug with a tight squeeze, then released me with narrowed eyes. "I thought I'd come over here and see if you'd gotten lost. I'm willing to draw you a map if that's the case." She cast a pointed look through the door behind her to the town square across the street. The square was where most of our community events took place, and oddly enough, actually a large grassy oval. Little shops and businesses, like my own, lined the streets on each side, and a massive octagonal gazebo stood near the southern end. Basically, I'd have to be blind and headless to miss it. Since I was neither, I rolled my eyes, then checked my watch, stunned to see the time. I'd spotted her when I opened the shop at 10, and called out to say I'd be right over. Then I'd gotten wrapped up in my work. One thing leading to another, the way it always did. "Oops," I said, raising apologetic eyes. "I'd thought for sure it was barely after 10. It feels like I just opened for the day." "You did," she agreed with a nod. "A half hour ago. Now tell me, what smells like heaven in here?" My smile returned, immensely thankful for the pass she'd given me. Losing track of time wasn't one of my best qualities, but I was working on that. "I baked again last night," I said, answering her question. "Help yourself." I pointed to the small table I'd arranged beside the register. "How's your day going?" "The landscapers are out, spreading fresh mulch and hanging large baskets of flowers in the parks, as well as outside schools, the library, and a few other locations, like the sheriff's department and fire station. Their efforts are making a huge difference already," she said with a prideful gleam. As chairwoman of a new beautification task force meant to generate commercial interest in our hometown, Cammy was turning the little haven, and everything in it, into something worthy of a Hallmark movie. I imagined movie cameras pushing in on an image of the square, while a rich, southern voiceover announced, "Welcome to the historic village of Bliss, Georgia, tucked peacefully away from the hustle and bustle of big city troubles, where folks know their neighbors, community spirit abounds, and visitors can expect a heaping helping of deep South charm."